Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This is A.A.E. Murphy, author of Viral, A True Story of Epidemic Flu, Fear, and Faith, coming to you from snowy New England, USA. We've just had a major snowstorm. Overnight, the birds are very, very hungry on the feeder. Doing this video live and outside for you. Going to share a few thoughts today about depression and sickness and suicide. And they may or may not relate to fibromyalgia. So take it for what it's worth. If it works for you and it helps you, that's great. I'm happy that you're listening in. I was flipping through my channels this morning when I woke up, and there was a video of a man who was interviewed by Megyn Kelly, who had survived jumping off of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. And it was amazing that he survived, but his story is beautiful because he has survived something that I think the officers told him that they had picked 57 bodies from the water or 58 bodies from the water, and he was the first who ever survived. And he attributes the reason that he survived to, well, he doesn't really say this directly, but he said that there was a sea lion that came to him as he was swimming toward the shore, and the sea lion kept him buoyant until somebody could come and rescue him. He said he knew that the moment that he left the bridge, that he jumped, that it was the biggest mistake of his life, and he knew he wanted to live. Upon impact on the water, he shattered his vertebrae, his lower vertebrae, and he was swimming with his without his legs, with his arms only. But he was fully clothed, and he was being dragged down into the water, so he figured he was going to eventually drown anyway. And the sea lion came up to him and swam around him. First he thought it was a shark, but then he realized it was just a sea lion, and the sea lion stayed with him and kept him afloat. I don't know more details than that. I'll have to find the link to it, and I'll put it in the description box below this video, which I will post to my YouTube channel. So I know that fibromyalgia and suicide are closely linked, and I just found it amazing that I came upon that this morning, only because I have been fighting the urge to stay in bed this morning. I've been sick for the past 2 days. I don't know what it is. I've got something going on in my throat and in my chest. I'm coughing and it hurts. I have a sore throat. And I was laying in bed this morning thinking about it, and I was like, well, this is just like every other day. This is just like every other day. It's just like, okay, what are my symptoms today? Okay, and so what do? Just engage. Engage whatever it is that you do every morning to get up out of bed. Don't be sad about it. Don't be whining about it. And it brought me to thinking about depression, because this young man who attempted suicide off the Golden Gate Bridge said that he was depressed, and he was taking this bus. He took a bus to get to the bridge, and he was crying, and he was very sad, and he was hoping that someone would just reach out to him. Anybody would just say, are you okay? You know, what's wrong? You look like you're upset. And when the bus stopped to let him off at his stop, the bus driver just said, I think he said he was standing there crying, the man was. And the bus driver just said, come on, get off the bus. I have to go. And then someone else commented to the bus driver, like something like, "What the hell is wrong with that guy?" Right? Standing there crying. So he was obviously reaching out, and he thought that no one cared, but he said he realizes now that everybody cares. Everybody cares. It's just that sometimes, he didn't say this, but I'm saying this. This is my commentary. Sometimes we're just so caught up in our own stuff in life that we can't reach out to somebody else. And this is particularly true, I think, for people who are suffering with illnesses and depression. And I have alluded to this before because I wonder if I were there on that bus and I saw that young man and I had fibromyalgia and I was trying to get somewhere, maybe to a doctor or whatever, and I'm already fighting pain and depression, whether I would have thought beyond myself to reach out to him. Okay, so that's the point that I wanted to share with you today, is that I often say in my videos that we have to think about ourselves first, right? We have to nurture ourselves first, take care of ourselves first, nourish ourselves first, feed ourselves first, think about ourselves first, love ourselves first. Because fibromyalgia can only be treated from within. We can certainly consult with doctors and take medication, but there's still something that we have to do the inner work, okay? So it's a starting point. I don't mean forever. I just mean until you're healthy enough to start being part of the world again. I came across a post that I had written in 2015, right after I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and it was like I wrote it yesterday. Nothing has changed, really. I mean, I've gone through all these cycles: medication, no medication, depression, better, working, not working, relationships on, relationships off, new friends, old friends, troubles with money, troubles with attitude, troubles with motivation. Nothing's really changed. But here we are. Here I am. It's 2019, March 4th, 2019. And I'm living with fibromyalgia. And I'm surviving. And I know you can too. So this little doggy, he brings me joy. The birds on the feeder, they bring me joy. The beautiful snow, even though it's inconvenient and it's dangerous to drive in and it's cold, it's beautiful. It brings me joy. Find something that brings you joy every single day. Today is all we have, okay? I hope you have a blessed day. I hope this video was helpful to you for whatever I said and whoever needed to hear it. I love you. We care. There are people out there that care. Life can be beautiful. Try to find joy and appreciate something in your life today. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, all for now.